Hi everyone! Welcome to Dr. Lizette's Daily Dose of Psychology Hacks to Attract Clients. I'm so excited to start this off with you today. Monday is Mindset Monday, and we're going to start the week off right by starting with our minds, because let's face it, if you don't have your mindset in check, it doesn't matter how many strategies, how many opt-ins, how many posts you post, because all that means nothing unless you are in the right mindset to put yourself out there. And I know that one of the hard things that I often hear is the fact that you're not putting yourself out there for 1,000,001 different reasons. And so today we're going to talk about that. Because what's the point of being in this industry if you're not going to show up? People are not going to know what you have to offer. And I know that you have a lot to offer. So stop being the industry's best kept secret. There are people out there who are waiting to know about you and the transformation that you can provide for them. So let's stop depriving and hiding, and let's start showing up. Now, the main reason people don't show up is, well, there are several of them, but we're going to talk about fear of rejection, fear of making a mistake. And that's why a lot of times we don't go live, because we're like, well, what if people think that I look funny? Or what if people get bored? Or what if people don't like what I have to say? I'm not as good as so-and-so. She's better at it than me. She has more interesting things to talk about. And the list goes on and on. But what I can tell you for sure, with 100% certainty, is if you do not put yourself out there, you are never going to get paid. You are just going to have a very expensive hobby. So if that's not motive enough for you to put yourself out there, I don't know what is. Because if you're like me, my time is precious. So don't waste it procrastinating from putting yourself out there. It's easier said than done, right? So I'm going to share with you a very good tip that can help you put yourself out there more. Because if you don't show it, if you don't show what you have, they won't know it, which means they won't buy from you, which means you don't get paid. So a very common mistake that people make is trying to do too much too soon all at once. What do I mean by that? Okay, so let's say you're all excited about the new week and you're like, yes, this week I'm going to post every day in 5 different groups, 3 times a day. I'm going to live stream every day this week. And I'm just going to put myself out there and connect with all these people and, look to see what kind of outreach I can do and try to book my discovery calls and on and on and on. Yet you forgot that just last week you weren't doing any of that stuff. And now you expect yourself to realistically be able to do all those things I just named. It's not going to happen, sweetie. I hate to break it to you. I'm totally honest. Because that's happened to me. I get overly ambitious and try to go from 0 to 100 overnight. And all it does is lead us to feel disappointed in ourselves. And what happens then? We go back to where we were. We go back to doing nothing. We go back to hiding. We go back to being a kept secret. Where only we and family and friends and, know about the transformation that we are able to create, and people who are, dying, not dying, but like, you know what I mean, dying to work with us, but we don't let them know, right? And so when you are overly ambitious, you risk actually not following through. So what I suggest you do instead of trying to go from 0 to 100 speed racer is to choose one thing. One thing. Start off with one thing. What is one thing that you can actually do today? One thing you could actually do today that you will actually follow through. That will actually help you put yourself out there and be visible. I'm not talking about making a huge commitment of posting in 5 groups 3 times a day, every day this week. One thing. Or doing lives every day on top of that. Pick one thing. If you try to do too many things all at once, you are going to feel like it's just too much because you're going from 0 to 100, and it's just not realistic and fair to you to have this happen and you just feel like a failure because you didn't follow through with your plans. I get it. You're ambitious. You're a go-getter. You're goal-oriented. You're a hard worker. But if you're trying to go from nothing to everything, no, just go with something that you will feel good about, okay? Because when you pick something that you feel good about, that you feel that you will actually follow through with, that's a little bit challenging, but not too much out of your comfort zone so that you don't keep procrastinating and put it aside. You're going to get a boost of endorphins because you're going to be able to check that off your to-do list. You're going to feel like a sense of accomplishment, and that small win will build the momentum for your next win. Okay, video I know is a hard one, so let's not go with that. I know a lot of times we are afraid of putting ourselves out in video and it's there forever, right? For the whole world to see. That's a mindset issue for another day. But let's just go with posting in groups, okay? So maybe your goal is to be able to post in 5 groups 3 times a day, every day during the week. Instead of trying to aim so high, going from 0 to 100, pick 3 groups that you post in once a day all this week. Does that feel more realistic? Now this is going to vary from person to person, so you have to really look within yourself and know yourself and see what it is that you can actually handle. Don't commit to something that you think is going to be something that you're not going to be able to complete, because like I said, it's only going to make you feel disappointed in yourself, and we don't want that, okay? You've got a lot within you, and it's time that you put it out there. But don't do it in a way that's going to set you up for disappointment and failure, because you're just going to spiral back to not doing anything. Fear of rejection, fear of imperfection is so strong in our minds. But when you start off doing one little thing that you can check off and feel good about, and you can actually get done, you're going to feel so good inside, and you're going to want more of that. Believe me, start with just one little thing. You're going to feel so much better, and it's actually, how do I say this? I'm so excited about this topic because, like I said, we are really ambitious. We want to do a lot of things, and we want to do it all. And Mondays, I know, is really exciting because we've got the whole week ahead of us, and we want to do this and that. But just take it one step at a time. Pick one thing that you think that you will do based on previous behavior. What is it that you tend to stay focused on, that stay committed on? If it's not lives, don't do that. Pick something that is doable for you. Not what you see other people doing, not what you think you should be doing, but what you know yourself you will actually get done, okay? And go small at first. You will eventually build up momentum as you get those good feeling endorphins saying, hey, I actually did this. I'm feeling good. I have a lot to offer. Why don't I add another group that I post in? Why don't I start posting twice a day? Now, strategy for posting and how often and how many groups, that's another topic. Today we're talking about mindset. Just get yourself out there, do something that's doable, and you will see the momentum build up, and you will feel better about yourself, and you will be able to put yourself out there and stop depriving people who are waiting to hear from you and the transformation that you and only you can provide. So I hope that was helpful today. Tomorrow I'll come back with a different dose of my strategies, my prescriptions, my hacks to help you leverage psychology to attract more clients. All right, take care. Bye.